So yesterday I was attending Ali Abdaal's quarterly alignment workshop, and I reached out to my community members that, oh, I'm doing this. So do you guys plan for your quarter? This is a new quarter, it's a new half, it's a new month. And I just felt, okay, since I did not put the information out early enough that, oh, this person is doing this thing, because I didn't even think that I myself will attend. I just decided to attend, and it was such a banger. Anyway, so I decided to do a recap and just add in a few things that I'd like to talk about quarterly planning. So this video is essentially about planning your quarter. It's unplanned, it's unscripted. I just put a few points on my laptop here. So if you see me looking this direction, I'm looking at my laptop. And most of them I'm going to be putting my screen over the video. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I hope that this helps you in some way. And if it does, do leave a comment or reach out to me to say, oh, this is how it helps me. I really like to hear this kind of thing, so I'll know that, oh, this thing I'm doing, you should do it more. I can do it more. I should do it more, or whatever. This video is basically teaching you how to do a quarterly alignment and just tell you the importance of quarterly alignment and just reflection on the past or whatever. So first I want to start by saying that John Dewey said we do not learn from experience. So it's not experience that is the best teacher. It is reflecting on experience that's the best teacher. So that's why it's so important for us to reflect on the past. The past is past, but like we can make the future better by knowing what went wrong in the past. So this is why we need to do quarterly reviews and to see, oh, where are we going, where are we coming from, how can we make the journey smoother and better. So the thing about these things is that there's a wrong way to do it. A lot of people do this the wrong way, and I'm going to just say it outright. You don't just write out what you want. Oh, I want to do this. Nobody gets anything from life by wanting it hard enough. Oh, I want a Bugatti. I want it hard enough. For me personally, I want a Mercedes E350, but I'm not going to get it by wanting it hard enough, or I want it so much. So the universe just blesses you with a Mercedes E350 because you want it so much. A lot of people use that approach too about their goals. They just write it down and then, I want to do this, I want to do this, and so they feel like, oh, if they write it down and they want to do this, then eventually they will do it. And it doesn't work like that, because you're not going to do something you did not plan to do. You just wrote it out, and then, it's good that you've taken this initiative to actually write it out. But until you set systems, until you reflect, until you plan, until you take out time to just make sure that, oh, this thing I want to do, this is how I'm going to do it, it's not going to work out for you. And so just writing out what you want without making any commitments or creating systems is the wrong way to do it. And the right way to do is why we're here today. Earlier this year, in January, I think I read the 12-week year by Brian P. Morgan and Michael Lennington. Yes, Brian P. Morgan and Michael Lennington. And I realized that 12 months is too long for us to say, oh, in January we want to do this, and then in December we check back in December, have we done it? It's too long, like 365 days, just like without any plan or system. They're short enough time to feel the pressure or urgency of you have a deadline, but also long enough to actually implement the goals. And why are we choosing to do this as a quarterly thing? The thing that differentiates people that are really successful and people that are not is not knowledge, money, or I don't know what you define as successful, but whatever it is to you, it's not the fact that, oh, these people, they have more resources or blah, blah, blah. They may have more resources, but I think the thing that differentiates people that are successful from people that aren't is just the plain fact that the people that are successful, they are executing much more than people that aren't. So there's a whole execution bridge that people that are not successful aren't on. And how do we close this execution bridge? You have the capacity, so I wrote this down, you have the capacity to increase by a factor of 3, to increase the quality of your life, the quality of your the things you are doing by a factor of 3 by implementing the things you know. So it's not like, oh, there's one new thing that you need to become the straight A student or to start making $10,000 a year or a month. Like, whatever your goal is, if you want to be a millionaire, like, there's nothing that you do not already know. Like, there's no new thing that you're going to learn. Maybe there are, but like the things you need to start doing today, you probably already know them. You already have heard about them, or you know them. Our moms used to tell us that when you go to school, start reading from day one. And for me, that did not sink until recently. Like, this thing I'm learning, I'm reading in books. My grandma used to tell me like way back, and I did not really implement it. So the difference between success and non-success is implementation, execution, basically. So have that at the back of your mind. And then I want you to take our time, pause the video now, and set a timer for 2 minutes to write. So I'm going to give you a journal prompt. Of course, what's a video without a journal prompt? So the journal prompt is, where am I allowing a lack of execution hold me back? For me, that was creating content. My friends used to tell me a lot that, oh, Google, you'll be a very good influencer, because I literally have everybody's contacts. I have a contact for everything and anybody. I like making videos. I've always liked making videos from the start. I started creating YouTube videos in 2020, but that's another story. And I realized that I was overthinking it, and I still overthink it. I'm just, wading through the overthinking and still doing my thing regardless. Or I let a lack of execution hold me back. By now, I probably have grown my socials from where it is now to a much higher place with consistency and all of that. So I just saw that a lack of execution was what was holding me back from reaching I need to reach new audiences to tell them, oh, this is what I am doing. How people hear me if I don't create content. I was just overthinking it. Oh, editing, I need to learn this, I need to learn that, I need to get a new phone and all of that. And I realized if I don't start creating content today, I'll never start, even when I have everything I need. And so I'll allowing a lack of execution hold me back. So now, the quarterly alignment, the thing we are actually here to do is breaking down your yearly goals into chunks that can fit into a quarter. What's a quarter? 12 weeks. 12 weeks is what? 3 months. 3 months is what? Roughly about 90 days. And it creates a sense of urgency in your goals. You can see the end a lot closer. So if I tell you that 12 weeks from today is 23rd of September, it looks close. You know that I have till 23rd of September to implement the things I'm going to do in this session. And if you have, and like this is Q3 already, this is already the 3rd quarter of the year, and you already, I don't know if you have yearly goals. We're going to go to that if you do not, but I'm assuming that you do. So if you have yearly goals, you have been doing things in a certain way that you think was bringing you closer to your goals. This quarterly alignment session is supposed to help you look at your processes. What have you been doing as regards your goals, the things you set out to do like in January, and how can you refine these things? How can you do these things more effectively? How are you going to push yourself towards your goals more effectively? So that's the reason for a quarterly alignment. So you not just start in January and expect that in December you're going to have exactly, there'll be watering down. So you have to come to you have to have these checks to see that, oh, okay, I didn't do this well last time, I should do it like this. It's just very important to have a quarterly alignment. It's short enough to create a sense of urgency, but then it's long enough for you to implement what you want to do. Another thing that I want to let you know is that work expands with you the time created to do it. So if you give yourself 12 months to do something and give yourself 12 weeks, you probably get the thing done in 12 weeks, except it's like something that grows, let's say your finances, or I don't know. But like there are some certain things that that you can actually have done in 12 weeks. And this is why we are doing this today. Now that we've established like what we are doing here, we're going to go straight into reflection. However, just like you can set aside time to do this. So the exercises, we're going to actually be physically doing exercises. So that's what I let's just get into it, right? And then I also want to say that pause the video when I say, okay, write about this or think about this, pause the video and actually do it, so that this is like me holding you accountable. I'm not going to say we're going to do this, like I'll give you 3 minutes to do this, because it's going to make the video unnecessarily long. But pause the video, finish doing it, and then you come back for the next exercise. So this template, I got it from Abdaal from yesterday's workshop. So I'm just going to be referring to yesterday's workshop. And I wish we were all there. That's why I'm making this video. So if we were all there, I won't have to make this video. The first thing we're going to be doing today is reflecting. We are going to reflect on 2024 so far. You've had 6 months in 2024. You spent half of the year already. What has actually happened so far in 2024? Look at your Notion. I have a planning system for my weekly and monthly plans. I don't use it for daily plans because it's just going to be overwhelming for me. So for my weekly plans, I have it. I went through it, and it's easy for me to just say, oh, this is how my weeks were going. Some of them were productive and all of that. And for you might not have that, but don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Just note down key moments from each month. from the last quarter. So for April, May, so what has happened so far in 2024? Take a look at your calendar and your weekly reflection log if you have one, and note down the key moments from each month. So for me, the second quarter was deep for me. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either. It was good, and it ended well. So I have notable events from April, May, and June for both my work and my life. So if you're a student, you're not working, work will probably be school, and life will be like your personal life. So yeah. So you're just going to write about that. So pause the video now and take out like 3 minutes or 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you need. Just make sure you write notable events that happen in your work and in your life. That's work or school, and then your life for April, May, and June. Then next, we're going to be going over the 1 to 3 most significant events so far in 2024 and how did this impact your life. So this template that I'm using is going to be available for you to use as well. So like it's from Ali Abdaal, it's from our daddy. But it's going to be available for you to use as well. So what were the most significant events or achievements so far in 2024? If it's only more than 3, write everything down. Gas yourself up that, oh, I'm doing this, I'm happy about myself. And then now, take out 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you need. Just make sure you write everything that's on your mind down. Those are your milestones, those were your wins, basically. And, give yourself a thumbs up, give yourself a high five. And moving on, we're going to be going over our challenges now. What are the biggest challenges or obstacles you faced in 2024 so far? How did you overcome them, and what did you learn from these experiences? I remember that you should be kind to yourself here, that it's totally okay to have missed some goals. The key is to learn from that and enjoy the journey, which is all that matters at the end of the day anyway. So we're not doing what are your challenges to flog you. Like, it's you and yourself. Nobody knows what you are writing. You can hide from everybody. You can share with anybody. And I think what's important to note is that you're not doing this to feel sad or say, oh, I'm doing bad, I need to sit up. You can do that if you want, but the essence of this is for us to build a system that is going to trump the existing system that we have. The existing system might be that you don't have any system for achieving your goals, and we're going to build one that is going to be better than that. If your existing system did not work out for you in the first half, we're going to build a system that will work out for you. And then when I say system, it looks like we're building an app. When I hear system, I just feel like it's like when you see gears shifting and it's just weird. But like, oh yeah, we're going to build systems that basically those things that help you as a human being do the things you set out to do. So it could be, we'll get there. There will be particular activities you can do to make your goals easier for you to do. I remember I talked about reducing friction on my WhatsApp story recently, and if you're not part of my community, you probably don't know, but I talked about reducing friction on my WhatsApp story, and this is creating systems is one of the ways you can reduce friction so that you can achieve your goals. I won't say easier, or easier. It's just like it makes it better. So we're not doing this to beat you up or anything. Writing your challenges out is just to see, oh, how did I flop? Or did I overcome these challenges? How did I do this? Could they have been better? Blah, blah, blah. So just take out 3 to 5 minutes or so. Or however, the thing is not even 3 to 5 minutes. It took me 3 to 5 minutes for this one, but then it could take you longer, and that's totally fine. So just as long as you need. Then now we're going to reflect on our relationships in 2024 so far. How have they evolved? Were there new relationships that had a significant impact on you? So relationships are not just romantic relationships with family. For me, I developed a new relationship with my community, and that was a very significant relationship for me because it impacted a lot of things. I have to learn more because I'm now accountable for a group of people that look up to me to provide value to them, because these people are here not because we just want to gist and chat and all of that. And for me it's been difficult, but like I'm learning. It has pushed me to learn to take classes on community building, to watch more videos, to read more books on how to, and like it's just so that's the relationship that I've been most intentional about this year. I'm sorry to all my friends and loved ones, but like that's the relationship I've been most intentional about this year. And you see that it's not a romantic relationship, or it could be relationship with your friend, it could be relationship with your parents, and just take out time to look at each of your relationships. Maybe not every single one, it's just your friends. How did you do better? How did you do worse? Was there anybody that you disappointed or whatever? Just take out time to reflect on your relationship. How have they evolved? Then your professional growth. So your professional growth, if you're working, then your profession or your career. If you're in school, then it's your schoolwork. So how have you progressed in your career or studies in 2024? So don't forget that at each point, don't be carried away by the video. I don't know if you didn't be carried away by, because this is really an impromptu video. But don't be carried away by the video. Remember to pause and go over, like, remember to pause the video and then do the exercise before you come back to the video. I don't know if you follow. So, okay. So, how have you progressed in your career or studies in 2024? What were the key learnings and how have they shaped your future aspirations, if at all? What are the things you have done to progress in your career and your studies? Like, it's self-explanatory. Just go over it. How have you progressed? Did you get better? If your goal was straight A's, what have you done concerning that? If your goal was to, upskill as a career person, what have you done concerning that? And then finally, for reflection, looking forward. So based on your experiences in the first few months of 2024, what would you like to do differently for the next 3 months? Are there new areas you would like to explore or changes you'd like to make? So just to put that in, to give context to that, for me, I wrote that based on my experiences, there are things I feel like I want to be doing. So I have a list of non-negotiables that no matter how my day goes, I must do these things, because I realized that these are the things that keep the wheel turning for me. These are the things that make that push me. These are the fundamental things, and they are not even very deep. It's like I want to read my Bible every morning, I want to journal, I want to exercise or walk, or have do physical activity. I want to my hygiene, all of that, body care, health, and there are just these things that I know that my 24 hours is not complete without, and I must find a way to do them every single day. So, and I wrote show up every damn day to do my non-negotiables. I also wrote that I want to do more exceptional and quality work. So, that in our descriptions on social media, on LinkedIn, we always write, oh, I do this, I do that. I want to build, I build quality websites, or I will take your productivity from this to this, and make promises to the people that want to employ us or people that are looking at our profile. And for me, I want to actually do those things. So it's not just, I'm not just talking. It's like I'm doing those things exactly. So whoever my client will be, whoever I'm going to teach, whoever I'm going to create content for, everything has to be top notch. Everything has to deliver maximum amount of value to the person. So the person is not exchanging value with me and then I'm the one gaining. You get, I know that, my value is, like, I have value to give to you, but then I must deliver to 100% to that. So that's one thing I want to work on this, the remaining part of the year. I want to manage my finances better and all of that. So for you now, you could look at your experiences from the first few months of 2024, from the first 6 months, and see, how can I be better? Then I think by the time we have done this, we'll be done with reflection. So you look back on the first half of 2024, how, like, what happened, the key highlights and all of that. And you finish reflecting. Now we're going to align our goals to our vision. So when you started the year out, what were the things you set out to do? What were the things you said you want to do? Your goals, basically. I don't want to oversay, but we're going to be doing aligning. And first, this is, I was saying earlier that you may not have goals or you may not have your life vision, and that's okay. There's this playlist. The Notion template, the playlist I'm talking about, everything will be in the description, and all that will help you figure that out later. But if you don't have I was saying that if you don't have your life vision, that's fine. That's totally fine. You check, there's a playlist that Abdaal already made, so you will check it out, and that will help you figure it out later. But in the meantime, just attempt these questions, give it your best shot. just do it like you're doing it for yourself. Nobody's going to grade you, nobody's going to mark you. So when you know that, oh, this thing I'm not doing it for anybody, I'm doing it for myself, I think you tend to have a different approach towards it, or a different mindset towards it. So it's a rough first draft, and you can always revisit it, and you don't overthink it, right? Like, just do your thing. It's your life, your rules. Who please? Anyway, so looking back, how closely have your actions over the past few months, over the past 6 months, aligned with your overarching life vision? So what is, some of us may have life vision. For me, I know now what I want to, or I think I know at least what I want to do. So how have I taken steps to go towards my life vision? Because what's the point if I'm doing everything, I have goals that is not bringing me closer to my vision, it's not taking me closer to where I want to be going to? What's the point? Areas where you've excelled, areas where you may be a little bit misaligned. So one of the things, let me check my own, not very aligned to producing quality stuff. I was trying to be, catch up with some people very fast, and this was not wise, and I'm trying to remedy that. I also I think I excelled this year in the last few months at documenting more. I journaled more, I took more pictures, I posted on my social media more. I also did well with planning my weekdays, my months. Like, my A game this year, so I excelled at that. But then there are also places where I did not excel, like my finances. I wasn't tracking my finances as judiciously as I wanted to. I was not sticking to budget, and I want to work on that. So you get what I mean now. So areas where I excel and areas where I may be a little misaligned. So I want to improve the quality of my life, including my finances. So yes, my productivity is going higher, but then my finances must also be going higher. My relationships, my health must be increasing as well. So my goal is to increase quality of my life. Now, we've looked back. What did you do? What did you not do? Now, what are you going to do? How could you make the next 12 weeks? How could you take it? Like, what actions would you take in the next 12 weeks that will get you more aligned with your life vision? So you're going to think about it. Am I going to start exercising more? Am I going to start reading every day? Am I going to read a book every week? Am I going to eat healthier? Am I going to call my parents every week? Am I going to talk to my siblings more? Whatever it is that you want to be doing, and then just write them down. Specific actions, so not like vague actions, like get better at, now name the thing, get better at project management. How are you going to take a course every month for the next 3 months? Are you going to do more, be more, or whatever? Now we're going to go to the section where it says align to your annual goals. So review each of your annual goals, so the goals you made at the beginning of the year. And the thing is that it's even also fine for us to have outgrown the goals we made at the beginning of the year. There are some goals I made at the beginning of the year that I'm no more pursuing because it's not just in line with what I want to be doing anymore. I mean, that's fine, and could be the same for you, and that's totally fine. So which goals have you made progress on, and which are you lagging behind? Do any of them need updating or removing? As I said, you can remove some goals. For each goal that's still on the list, what are 1 to 3 specific steps that you could take to realign, make progress, or accelerate your progress within the next 12 weeks? So you may have dropped out of your university of goals. You may have been lagging behind. Maybe you're having carryovers. You may be a mediocre student in your university of goals. You may be an A student. So you just want to look at what specific steps can I take to be an A student. So the goal is to be an A student in Goals 101. And the steps you're going to take to be an A student is what you're going to do here. So again, don't forget that you're supposed to pause the video you're supposed to pause the video at each juncture and do the exercise. I don't know if you follow. So pause the video, do the exercise, come back to the video. So finally, we're at the second to the last section of the video, where you plan your quarterly quests. So one of the things that makes productivity sustainable is making it fun. So you can make productivity fun. You can make the whole thing fun for you. So I think that's one of the things I learned about preaches. And I also realized that somebody I follow, if you know Kita, yeah. She also talked about making things fun, so you want to do them over and over again. And yeah, fun does not mean it's not going to be hard. It's just that you make it fun. What does it mean to make things fun? You make sure that, or you find something in that thing that you can come back, you can want to come back to every time. What we could think, what would this look like if it would be fun? So now, what would our quarter look like if it would be fun? If we're going to make it like a quest, or in video games, quests. So you can make this is your quarterly quests. So there are 12 weeks until. So yes, forgive me for not inviting you for this alignment workshop, but the next quarter by 22nd of September, where that will be after 12 weeks. So you see, it's not very far. You have a limited time to achieve what you're going to write next. I'm going to announce the date. And I'm going to keep everybody updated so we can all benefit from this kind of session again and just have the chance to realign and do this all over again. So your quarterly quest, the thing is basically self-explanatory on the template. It's just you have the thing is like a GPS system. So your goal, your plan, your system. Your goal is the big thing you want to do, and it's broken down into facts, feelings, and functions. So what are the facts? What will be true when you've accomplished the goal? How would you feel when you accomplish the goal? And what function does this goal unlock? What does this goal unlock for you? So the quest name, you just be any fun quest name. So for me, one of them was let me check. My own was, one of my quests was Operation That Girl, which is a fun name for the quest. And then I'm going to follow the GPS system where you write out the goal, your plan, and the system you're going to take. So the goal, as I said, is basically facts, feelings, and the functions. What will be true when you've accomplished the goal? How would you feel when you've accomplished the goal? How would you and others around you feel? So the feelings you want to evoke when you've accomplished the goal. What function does this goal unlock? So why does this goal matter to you? What are the new opportunities or benefits that it will provide? So this will keep you motivated. So knowing that, I am not just studying to get an A because I want, to get an A. I am studying to get an A because it will give me the opportunity to maybe be closer to my lecturer, or it will give me the chance to apply for this thing. Or if I get an A in this, it means I understood this course very well. I can build this thing. And there's just this function that there's this thing that the goal is seeking to achieve. So the goal is just a means to an end. I remember, it's just like one thing I like to remember for myself is that the goal is the process. It's the process that is the goal. So that means all our goals are just leading us to another point. That's why if you measure success by, I've made $1 million, or like I'm a professor at 20, like you find out that being a professor at 20 is just a means to another end. You're just going to, we're just in a cycle of making goals, and I come to them to this. So the plan now is like, what are the 3 to 5 major steps in your plan to get you to your goal? So identify the key actions or milestones that will lead you to your goal. So for me, I just want to use myself as an example. My Operation That Girl was to pay for a 3-month subscription at the gym, block out time every day to go to the gym, figure out systems to stay on track when unexpected events happen, then a system for eating less carbs and more vegetables, and then documenting my process. So those are the actions I want to take to make me become, that girl. I also have a book list. I read out the book list, blah, 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 blah. I just don't want to go into all the details. Then your schedule is the rough schedule or timeline. Estimate a time frame for each step. How long is it going to take for me to pay for a 3-month subscription? I can do that anytime I want. I'm supposed to have done that today, but I'm here making this video. So anyway, estimate the time frame for each step. Have a timeline that keeps you on track and creates a sense of urgency. And then for support, who will be your accountability partner? Who is going to motivate you when you're down? Who is going to be the person that is going to say, don't forget why you started? It could be me. You can reach out to me. I'll be your fun accountability partner. I'll just know that me, I am here for business. I will drag your life out. And if you're not ready for that, then that's fine. But just find somebody that will be supportive. It could be your mentor, your friend, your family, professionals with relevant expertise. Then snags are potential obstacles you might encounter and how you would overcome them. So it's not just that, oh, if I fall asleep, or if I fall sick, how would you overcome those snags? If you plan to go to the gym 4 times a week and you fall sick and you couldn't go, will you go to the gym 5 times a week the next week, or how is it going to work out for you? Then for your system now is the bedrock of the goals you set out for yourself to achieve in this quarter. What daily or weekly actions will help you get to the goal? So consistent actions you have to do every day or every week that will move you towards your goal. For me, Operation That Girl, read 50 pages of a book, 1 hour of gym 4 times a week, hit 12,000 steps every day, discipline to eat less carbs. So don't eat more than what you need, but don't be hungry as well. Like just steps that you can use to take to achieve your goal, and you be like, these are now like the habits you have to. So in Atomic Habits, so I've given you one book recommendation before. Atomic Habits is by James Clear. If you've not read it yet, darling, please go and read it. In fact, you should add it as your operation. That girl, that boy, read James Clear, Atomic Habits. So he said you do not rise to the level of your goal. So even if your goal was to go to the moon, you fall to the level of your systems. How have you been practicing flotation on how you're going to be in the moon? What are you even going to do there in the moon? How are you going to become that person that goes to the moon? The habits, the system that surrounds that goal is what is important. So the goal, I want to make $1 million before September. What habits are you going to take to get yourself to be that person that makes $1 million? So these are the systems that you're going to put in place. That's what you're planning. The habits, the thing, you're becoming the person that has achieved that goal. That's just what it is. The person that has lost weight in season, and so you are going to the gym every day because you are becoming that person that loses weight. So accountability, how will you track your progress? So for me, I have Notion boards that I used to track my progress for gym. I have one for my book tracker. I created one for my gym. I created one for content because I want to post content very consistently. I created to track, I did this, I didn't do this, blah, blah, blah. Then choose someone or a group to keep you accountable. So if you are not part of the Elysian Essence community, I'm planning to start a consistency challenge. We did a journaling consistency challenge the last time. This time around, it's going to be a life consistency challenge because I am out to improve the quality of your life. Then how will you adapt if things don't go according to plan? So have a strategy for adapting to unexpected changes or setbacks. So how are you going to adapt? So let's say you fall sick for 2 weeks, that means you're behind by 2 weeks. How are you going to come back? How are you going to climb on the horse? Because the horse was running without you. How are you going to shake it up and do that cowgirl thing, like you never left? How are you going to come back like you never left? So I just want to give this. The example is basically there. You can use Ali Abdaal. He left examples for you to use to do your own. I only just became vulnerable and blab my own, but that's fine. I'm here for you. So finally, we're going to conclude this by being grateful. What are you most grateful for in 2024 so far? People, experiences, opportunities that enrich your life. One of the things that I'm grateful for in 2024, my Q2 was a very tough quarter, but I ended on a good note in the sense that I attended an event, Books and Banters event. I got so many book recommendations. I met new people. I saw that I felt like an immortal in the room. So I felt very mortal in the room of immortals because I met people with very fun quirks. When they tell me a fun fact about you, it's not just, oh, my name is this, or I'm in 300 level this. There are people with actual fun facts. I met a guy who does bird watching. That's one I can't get over that, But that's by the way. So I'm grateful for that experience, and I'm grateful for I was able to travel. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for the Elysian Essence community because sometimes I just look back. I'm just quiet for like a week, and I'm like, how is it me that's the leader of this community? I'm grateful for it. So yeah, that's basically it. Just is This video is already 38 minutes. By the time I finish, probably like 25 minutes. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just hope that this helped you in some way. I want to do this more. I want to do this in a more organized way. I want to plan for it and make videos like this. And yeah, I guess that's it though. I don't have anything more to say. So I hope you understand now why you should do quarterly alignments and why it's important for us to do this very frequently, as frequent as 12 weeks, every 12 weeks. And if you have questions, if you want me and you to do this together, we'll see how we can get to that. I'm here for you, and it's free, not paid or anything. So yeah, and then the resources, I'll put them together and they'll be in the description. Bye. Mwah.